जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदा यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा गोलोकानंद राधा गोलोकानंद राधे। जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, and all glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. Is it text 33? 33, okay. The TV perhaps saw me on the Vyasasana and said, the TV perhaps saw me on the Vyasasana and said, okay, I'm giving up. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanathimiranthasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 70, entitled Lord Krishna's Daily Activities. This is text 33. Tam društva Bhagavan Krishna Sarvalokeshwareshwarah Vavanda Uttitha Shirshna Sasabhya Sanugo Muda. Tam društva Bhagavan Krishna Sarvalokeshwareshwarah Vavanda Uttita Shirshna Sasabhya Sanugo Muda. Tam društva Bhagavan Krishna Sarvalokeshwareshwarah Vavanda Uttitha Shirshna Sasabhya Sanugo Muda. Tam društva Bhagavan Krishna Sarvalokeshwareshwarah Vavanda Uttitha Shirshna Sasabhya Sanugo Muda. Tam, him, društva, seeing, Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, Krishna, Krishna, Sarva, of all, Loka, worlds, Ishvara, of the controllers, Ishvara, the Supreme Controller, Vavanda, offered his respects. Utthita, standing up. Shirshna, with his head. Sa, along with. Sabhya, the members of the assembly. Sa, along with. Anuga, his followers. Muda, joyfully. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Lord Krishna is the worshipable master of even planetary rulers like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Yet as soon as he saw that Narada Muni had arrived, he joyfully stood up along with his ministers and secretaries to receive the great sage and offer his respectful obeisances by bowing his head. Purport. This translation is based on Srila Prabhupada's Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word Muda indicates that Lord Krishna was delighted to see that Narada had arrived. Maybe you'll read one more verse, text 34. Sabhajayitva vidhivat kritasana parigraham babhashe sundritair vakyai shraddhaya tarpayan munim. Translation. After Narada had accepted the seat offered to him, Lord Krishna honored the sage according to scriptural injunctions, and gratifying him with his reverence, spoke the following truthful and pleasing words. I seek the blessings, the prayers, the best wishes of His Holiness Bir Krishna Maharaj and all the senior Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. May the right words come at the right time, in the right mood of glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam, purifying our hearts and pulling our consciousness closer and closer to their eternal, transcendental, loving lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarudhyascha. So we are very blessed through these words of Srimad Bhagavatam with the eternal truth, the essence of all Shastra. Krishna, in this section, in these couple of verses and beyond, is teaching the whole world by personal example the importance of serving Vaishnavas. It's very important to serve God, but it's more important to serve those who are more devoted to God. Krishna himself is stepping down from his esteemed throne, and time and again, through so many examples, whether it is as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whether it is as Sri Krishna, whether it is as Sri Ramachandra, or whether through his servants, he teaches us that the way to make spiritual advancement, a robust spiritual advancement, foolproof, is by serving and pleasing the Vaishnavas, by receiving their blessings. We find in the life of Srila Jiva Goswami. Srila Jiva Goswami was such a stalwart scholar. He went to Varanasi, and for over 12 years he studied from a dear disciple of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya by the name Madhusudan Vachaspati. And he studied everything. He studied Nyaya, logic, he studied Vyakaran, grammar, he studied Jyotish, astrology, he studied the 4 Vedas, he studied the Upanishads, he studied the Vedangas, the corollaries to the Vedas. He studied everything in 12 years. But when he came to Vrindavan, Srila Sanatana Goswami engaged him in the service at the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami. Historians, they opine that Sri Jiva Goswami approached Sanatana Goswami first for Diksha. And Srila Sanatana Goswami said, I am utterly unqualified. But if there is someone who is very qualified, that is Sri Rupa Goswami, who is his younger brother and disciple. You should approach him and serve him. Jiva Goswami, although he was so exalted, so erudite, he could articulate so well, he was the abode of all good qualities. Srila Jiva Goswami was adept in music, he was an expert manager, he was an excellent disciple and student, he was the abode, the repository of all good qualities. But what services did he offer Rupa Goswami? He was massaging the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami. He was sweeping all the different pastime places of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. he would simply go and get pots and pots of water for Rupa Goswami's daily chores. He would collect ink for the writing of Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu and so many wonderful books. He would even arrange for paper, natural palm leaves on which Rupa Goswami could write his services. He would even arrange for tulsi plants around Rupa Goswami's bhajan so that Rupa Goswami could serve Radha and Krishna in the form of worshipping Radha Govinda Dev and his deities. He would make all the arrangements before the puja. He would clean up after the puja. This was Jiva Goswami's life. He would fan Rupa Goswami as Rupa Goswami would write his books and hear from Rupa Goswami very humbly, teaching all of us that it is not our bells and whistles, it's not our position, it's not our fame, it's not our social media presence, it's not how many shlokas we can quote, it's not how many songs and Vaishnav bhajans and kirtans and melodies and instruments that we can flaunt. It's not how many talents and skills. Of course, all our talents and all our skills could be used in Krishna's service. But that, all in all, doesn't define devotion. It's possible because of past life samskars. Somebody is very talented, somebody is very skilled, somebody is very famous. But what actually melts the heart of Krishna is serving those who are very dear to him. That is Vaishnavas. Choto bado bhakta bando tahara charan. Our acharyas describe, we don't distinguish between Vaishnavas. Of course, there is sense of discrimination and offering service according to their stature and position. But still, if someone's coming to the temple for the first time and someone's been there for some time, there is an understanding in the mind that this person is very advanced and this person is entering the temple for the first time. But still, one must forget one's identity while serving them. One shouldn't have one's seniority block the opportunity to offer service to someone who's coming even for the first time to the temple. The example goes whether a tulsi plant is a tulsi leaf is a small tulsi leaf or tulsi leaf is a big tulsi leaf, tulsi remains tulsi. Whether it's a small Shaligram Shila or it's a big Shaligram Shila remains Shaligram Shila. So Krishna's living equally in the heart of everyone. It's possible somebody may not know that they're a devotee, and somebody may know they are a devotee. And then when they start to know that they're a devotee, they realize they're not a devotee. But our duty is to serve everyone. And we should always beg for this. Our acharyas prayed for this service at the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas. Echhaye goshaye kori charana bandhan, jaha hoite bigno nash abhishta puran, tadero charano sebi bhakta sonebas, janome moi ei abhilash. Srila Narottam Das Thakur prays that by taking shelter of the 6 Goswamis, all inauspiciousness on the path of bhakti is taken away. All of our spiritual desires are fulfilled. And this is his aspiration to serve the Vaishnavas, not one day, but janome, lifetime after lifetime. There's no higher gain. So much so that Krishna himself becomes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to associate with the Vaishnavas, to hear and chant in their association, and to serve Krishna. It is so amazing. In this section, Krishna himself steps down, and multiple times, whether it is to welcome Narada Muni, whether it is very soon, 10 chapters from now, whether it is to embrace Sudama and serve him. How did Krishna serve Sudama? Yes, Krishna and Sudama have been friends, but also Sudama is a great Vaishnav. Krishna syasit sakha kaschid brahmano brahmavittama virakta indriyartheshu prashantatma jitendriya. Srila Shukdev Goswami describes Sudama, apart from just being the friend of Krishna, was the abode of all Vaishnav qualities. And how did Krishna serve him? He embraced him. He held him by the hand personally and got him to his own seat, his own royal throne, had Sudama sit there. Krishna massaged the lotus feet of Sudama, washed Sudama's lotus feet with his own running tears, removed the thorns from the sole of Sudama's lotus feet because he was walking hundreds of miles. Rukmini was personally fanning Sudama. Krishna was offering arati. Krishna was feeding Sudama with his own hands. He had Sudama sit on his own bed. He would talk to Sudama about his life with such servitude, with such friendship. Krishna is so personal. Every Vaishnav we see, our false ego will block that attitude to serve them by some or the other fault or apparent fault which our false ego may perceive in them. But these are curtains of Maya that we have to somehow break through. We have to tell our false ego that perhaps this fault doesn't exist in him. It's just my ego which is superimposing this fault. Or even if there is a fault, look how many good qualities the person has compared to the apparent spot of apparent fault that he may have. If you have a cloth, Shukla Vastra Machi Bindu Aishena Lukai, if you have a white cloth, and let's say there's a black dot somewhere, a white dhoti with a black dot, we'll not discard the whole dhoti. We'll try to clean up the piece where it's dirty, that's all. We want to wash it, we want to dry it and use the dhoti back again. And that's same with Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. We all have some of the other flaws that we are battling over lifetimes. You don't throw the baby with the bathwater, as the saying goes. The moon has spots. Do we reject the moon? The fire gives smoke. Do we reject the fire? The ocean has salty water. Does that belittle the position of the ocean? The sky is vast, but it becomes dark at sunset. Do we reject the sky? The milk ocean that was being churned gave rise to some poison. Does that mean you stop churning? Everyone has some or the other thing. That's why we're in this world. But we have to give up the poison of the churning and continue to churn to get the nectar of their blessings. This is the aim of our life. Srila Prabhupada could see the spark of fire of Krishna Bhakti in everyone. And sometimes there are forest fire of Krishna Bhakti in the hearts of some, but just some apparent smoke keeps us away from them, or keeps them away from us. So we have to tell ourselves how important it is and what glorious opportunity it is to associate with the Vaishnavas, serve them and receive their blessings. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj used to say that we should think that if a list is made of all the Vaishnavas, past, present and future, then we should consider my name will be the last name on that list. And then one should feel embarrassed. How did I even think of putting my name in that list? Narottam Das Thakur, we just mentioned about Narottam Das Thakur. What did he hold as the highest zenith, the pedestal of great spiritual blessings in his life? Simply to clean after Lokanath Goswami. That is what he considered to be fortune. Now Narottam Das Thakur comes from a very aristocratic lineage. But he gave up all of that to hide behind bushes, waiting for Lokanath Goswami to attend nature's call. So he can clean after. And how humble is that? It is described Narottam Das Thakur would clean after Lokanath Goswami like the pujari would get on his hands and knees cleaning the temple altar. That's how lovingly he cleaned and served his Guru Maharaj. And the next day when Lokanath Goswami would come, it used to be so fragrant that he would think, maybe I came to the wrong forest. And time and again, so many wonderful examples. We find the example of Kalidas in Chaitanya Charitamrita, who was so humble that he would only accept the remnants left off by in the plate of the Vaishnavas. He would feed them mangoes, and when the Vaishnavas would eat the mango, eat the pulp of the mango and throw the peel in their backyard, Kalidas would go and take all those peels and take that as the nectar of his life and suck on those peels and on those mango seeds to get the taste for chanting the holy name like that Vaishnav. Kalidas would feel, I don't have taste in glorifying Krishna, chanting his names like this Vaishnav has, or that Vaishnav has. So if I can get the nectar of their chanting, the taste in their chanting, straight from the horse mouth, as the saying goes, he would go feed all the horses, all the Vaishnavas, and receive their remnants. And this is why in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would never let anyone accept his Charanamrit. Because just outside the Jagannath temple, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would wash his lotus feet. And many Vaishnavas would try to drink that water, and Mahaprabhu would always forbid them, restrict them, never let them. But this was only an exception for Kalidas, where he could put his palms out like a cup and drink the running Charanamrit that was washing the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he did it once, he did it twice, he did it thrice. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, now you can stop. Why was this an exception? Because Kalidas had so much faith in the Vaishnavas. This is why. Even Krishna himself, we see in the Bhagavad Gita, in the pages of the Mahabharata, he took the humble position of being the driver for his devotee, God. You'll never find a multimillionaire becoming a driver for someone else. He himself has drivers for all his cars. Krishna has a daruka, a chariot driver, but Krishna himself became the chariot driver for Arjuna. And the Bhagavatam describes Sarathya Parshada Sevana Sakhya Dautya Veerasanānugamanastavana Pranaman Snigdheshu Pandushu Jagat Pranatischa Vishnu Bhaktim Kuruti Nripatischaranāravinde. In the first canto, 16th chapter, this verse describes what is that service that Krishna did not offer to the Pandavas. Sarathya, he became their chariot driver. Sarathya Parshada, he was their constant companion. Sarathya Parshada Sevana, he would walk behind Yudhishthir Maharaj with a pot of water early in the morning. Would you want to drink some water? Can I get something, some berries for you to eat? Sakhya, he was the best friend for Bhim and Arjuna. And Dautya, he even became their peace messenger between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And Veerasana, Krishna stood outside their tent, guarding them at night when the Pandavas went to sleep. It is described in the pages of the Mahabharata that Krishna would stand with a sword and a shield outside the tent of the Pandavas all night long. In case if there was an intruder, in case there was an attack, Krishna could protect them all night. During the daytime, he would fight the battle with Arjuna, and all night he would be awake. And Stavana Pranaman, he would offer prayers to Yudhishthir Maharaj. He would offer obeisances to Yudhishthir Maharaj. He would let Nakula and Sahadeva offer obeisance to him, and he would offer embrace to Arjuna and Bhima, according to their position. Not just that, Krishna even served the horses of Arjuna. It is described in the battle of Kurukshetra, the horses of Arjuna became tired, and they would sit down. And Krishna would personally massage the feet of the horses of Arjuna. And he would get them water to drink. Krishna was not just feeding cows in Vrindavan, he was now giving water and taking care of horses on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He was telling those horses, all of you are so dear to me because you are serving Arjuna who's so dear to me. He would give them water to drink, he would massage their feet, pet them, caress them, embrace them, and inspire them. Run as fast as you can. and the horses would start blitzing at the speed of the mind. This is how they got their motivation and their inspiration to continue, because Krishna was serving them. Not just that, how did Krishna serve Sandipani Muni when he was in the ashram of Sandipani Muni? Aho he putraka yuyam asmadarthe sudukhita atma vai praninam preshthas tamana dritya matpara. The Bhagavatam describes Krishna was ready to spend all night long in the forest just to serve his guru, who's a Vaishnav. He was ready to go to the abode of Yamaraj to get the son of Sandipani Muni back. That was his service attitude. In the Laghu Bhagavatamrita, or I believe the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, one of the two, Srila Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Bhagavatamrita or Rupa Goswami in Laghu Bhagavatamrita, they quote a very beautiful verse, which is like the gold standard. It's like the litmus test of devotion. They say, please kindly repeat after me, it's a beautiful verse. They say, Archayitva tu govindam tadiyan narchayetu yaha nasa bhagavato jneyah kevalam dambhika smritah. The Shastra describes Archayitva tu govindam. If somebody is so eager in serving Krishna that tadiyan narchayetu yaha, that he has no time to serve the Vaishnavas. Imagine somebody so busy serving Krishna that he has no time to serve the Vaishnavas. Nasa bhagavato jneyah. Shastra describes, we don't consider him to be a good devotee. Well, he's engaged 24 hours. Kevalam dambhika smritaha. Oh, this is only fake devotion, hypocrisy, Shastra says. So much so that the 11th canto, 2nd chapter of Bhagavatam describes, Archayam puja haraye. If somebody is worshipping Archayam tu haraye, pujayam shraddhaye hate, natad bhakteshu tanyeshu tad bhakta prakrita smritaha. If somebody is worshipping the deities and a pure Vaishnava enters, Shastra describes, one should offer some respects and then with his permission continue the service. Not that one is so busy serving Krishna that a pure Vaishnava, an advanced Vaishnava steps in and we don't even acknowledge. That is considered to be Vaishnava aparadh. Because between Krishna and the Vaishnava takes precedence. Krishna will wait. So it's quite interesting. When someone is worshipping the deities and a pure Vaishnava comes, one should take permission from Krishna and say, I will just quickly welcome the Vaishnava and then come back to you. And then go, welcome the Vaishnava, and then seek his blessings. I was in the middle of the arati, with your blessings I will continue. And then come back. So wonderful. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he personally served his Guru Maharaj, Ishwara Puri. It is described, Prabhu ko he gaya yatra safal hamar, jatakshana dekhailo charana tumhar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the lotus feet of Vishnu in Gaya. But that's not what he considered to be the success of his trip. When he saw Ishwara Puri, Srila Ishwara Puri, his Guru Maharaj, he said, my trip to Gaya became successful. My pilgrimage, travel to Gaya became successful the moment I saw your lotus feet. And he personally served Ishwara Puri. He cooked for him, he fed him. In fact, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, soon after, when he came back to Navadvip, he would personally take the clothes of different Vaishnavas and he would take it to the Ganga, he would wash it himself and secretly bring it back to their homes. Because he wanted to trick the Vaishnavas and offer some service to them. Because otherwise they wouldn't let him serve, because he's Nimai Pandit. He is the son of Jagannath Mishra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would secretly take their clothes and wash it in the Ganga, dry it, fold it, and bring it back to their homes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also accepted initiation from Ishwara Puri. Who is Ishwara Puri? Who was a loving servant of Sri Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri had Ramchandra Puri also as a disciple. But he couldn't understand the heart of his Guru Maharaj. When Madhavendra Puri was departing from this world, he was weeping. Ai Deena Dayardhanatha he, Mathuranatha kadavalokya se, Hridayam tu twadalokya kataram, Daita brahmyati kim karomyaham. Madhavendra Puri was weeping. Ah, Krishna, oh my dear Lord, oh Lord of Mathura, when will I see you again? Why the Lord of Mathura? Because he was singing in the mood of Sri Radharani. That Krishna had left Vrindavan and now you don't need us anymore, the simple Brajbasis. You must be the Lord of Mathura. You have your own queens there. So Radharani with sarcasm was calling out to Krishna, and Madhavendra Puri was echoing the same mood and weeping. And Ramchandra Puri, as a disciple, couldn't understand the heart of his Guru Maharaj. And he would say, Guru Maharaj, why are you crying? You should be happy. Remember God, chant and be happy. But Ishwara Puri, another disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri, he was adding more fuel to the fire. He was calling out to Krishna and describing Krishna and singing about Krishna and chanting verses about Krishna, which was fueling the mood of Madhavendra Puri more than before. And he was personally cleaning after Madhavendra Puri and feeding him and bathing him and massaging his lotus feet. And Madhavendra Puri blessed Ishwara Puri with Krishna Prem. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted such a great Vaishnav as his guru, a Vaishnav who served Vaishnavas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, through the story of Maharaj Prataparudra's life, taught the whole world this principle of Vaishnav Seva. Maharaj Prataparudra was not getting audience with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But then he had a governor by the name Ramananda Rai, who was so dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the king, although being the king, he never got that personal time that his governor got with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the king never felt envious. He told Ramananda Rai, I relieve you of all your government services so that you can serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to your heart's content. I don't get chance to serve him, but may you serve him and may I serve you. I will announce lifelong salary or pension. And may you receive twice or thrice of what you've been receiving. And I free you of all your responsibilities. Please serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and I will serve you so that I can offer some service to him. And this is what pleased Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That Maharaj Prataparudra was humbling himself to serve Ramananda Rai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, when he was asked by the devotees, what is the secret of making spiritual advancement? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Prabhu kahe Vaishnav seva nama sankirtan dui karo shigra pabe Krishnera charan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, do you quickly want to make advancement and attain Krishna? The Vaishnavas said, yes. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, continuously chant the holy name and serve the Vaishnavas without deceit, without hypocrisy or duplicity, genuinely to receive their blessings. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, while singing in front of Jagannath, revealed his identity. Kintu prodhyan nikhila paramananda purnamritabdher gopi bhartu padakamalayor dasa dasanudasah. That I simply aspire to be the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. And the Lord of the gopis, Krishna, Gopinath. He doesn't call himself as Radharani. He doesn't call himself as Krishna. Doesn't claim even to be a devotee of Krishna. He simply wants to be the servant of the Vaishnavas. Prahlad Maharaj, same principle in the Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj tells Hiranyakashipu in Canto 7, Chapter 5, Naisham matistavadurukramaangrim sprishatyanarthopagamo yadarthaha mahiyasam padarajo vishekam nishkinchananam navrinitayavat. He says, till the time we don't humble ourselves and smear the dust of the lotus feet of Vaishnavas on our body, our mind cannot think of Krishna constantly. Cannot. We can make endeavors, but Krishna's mercy will come only when He's pleased. And He's pleased when we please those who are dear to Him. Ye me bhakta jana partha, na me bhaktascha te jana, mad bhaktanam cha ye bhakta, te me bhakta tama mata. In the Adi Puran, Krishna tells Arjuna, those who claim to be my devotees, I don't accept them to be my devotees. But those who are busy serving my devotees as their servants, those who are the servants of my servants, they are actually my servants. Because they're able to see me in the hearts of those who love me. Lord Shiva, 8th Canto Bhagavatam. Tapyante lokatapena sadhava prayasho jana. The 8th Canto Bhagavatam describes Lord Shiva drank poison. Why? Tapyante lokatapena. Because he couldn't tolerate how the Vaishnavas around the world were being inconvenienced, were troubled by the spread of the poison. So to serve the Vaishnavas around and remove their inconvenience, he personally drank that poison, putting his life at stake. I am ready to drink that poison to serve and protect the Vaishnavas. This was his mood. What does Jada Bharat in the 5th Canto Bhagavatam say? Rahu ganai tattapasana yati na chejjaya nirvapanat grihatva na chandasa naiva jalagni suryo vina mahatpada rajo vishekam. Canto 5, chapter 12, text 12, Bhagavatam. Jada Bharat tells Rahugana, the king Rahugana, that the secret of all success is not tolerating heat or cold. It's not performing varnashram dharma. The essence of everything is Vina Mahatpada Rajobhishekam. One cannot attain the mercy of Krishna by own endeavors, but one can attain the mercy of Krishna by serving the Vaishnavas and receiving their blessings. And this is why, dear devotees, time and again, through so many pastimes, we find that the essence of the life of the Vaishnavas, the examples from Krishna Leela, Gaura Leela, is only Vaishnav Seva. And to conclude, it is described in the 7th Canto Bhagavatam that when Nrsingadev appeared to Prahlad Maharaj and said, Prahlad, ask for a benediction and I will fulfill. Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear Lord, O Nrsingadev, soham katham nu visruje tava bhritya sevam. Srila Prabhupada includes this in his song, that evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe. Prahlad Maharaj folds his palms and tells Nrsingadev, if there's one benediction you wish to give me, my dear Lord, give me this benediction, that lifetime after lifetime, may I serve Narada Muni, the Guru who very lovingly, mercifully spoke Krishna Katha to me while I was in my mother's womb. This is the essence of all advice. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shishi Radha Golokananda ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.
Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Sundarangam Kandar Ako Vikamaniya Vishesha Shobha
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakale Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Panti Kayanti Giram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi
Yabutul Lay Jimate Bhakti Vedanta Samanitina Vene Namaste Saraswati Devi Korvani Vacha Nivesesha Shunyavadi Matsya Jagare Zatarane Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Ramanachanana Zidvaita Karada Sivasade Nanaka Siadweta Ganad Siva Sadi No active friend Chaitana Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Guru Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Goloka Nana Nana Goloka Nana Rate. Jaya Radha Goloka Nana Nana Goloka Nana Rate. Nayarat, hey, Narayane, Nayarante, Nayarat, hey, Narayane. Nayarante, Jai Ragate Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Paracharya Deva Sadashi Srimad Divine Grace Charanam Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Jai Anantakoti Vaishnava Jai Namacharya Stop Jai Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shivaya Jai Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindi Jai Shri Shri Radhakrishna Gopi Sharima Kunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Jai Vrindavan Ki Jai Durgam Ki Jai Jagannatha Swami Ki Jai Purnamai Ki Jai Shrimati Vilasi Devi Ki Jai Samadeva Bhakta Ki Jai Gaur Prabhu Hari Om All glory all glories all glories to Samadeva all glories to Shri Guru and Goloka Shri Prabhupada Jai
Chaitanamarjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrikavitaranam Vijavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Pranamrita Swadanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajjanina Anuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Suhishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadaram Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Hoitaki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Budau Kripayavat Pankaja Stita Duli Shajashim Vachintaya Nayanam Gadadashu Daraya Varanam Gadgaru Dayagira Pulakarnishitam Vapukada Tavanamagrahane Bhavishyati Yugayatam Namishena Chakshusha Bravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishyava Padamritam Anastumam Adarshanam Marmahata Karotuva Yatatatava Vidadatu Lampato Mat Prananatasusa Evanapara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, all your transcendental energies, there are no fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Oh, my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? Oh, Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. It's your idea. You do it.
They're very kind to her. With me, they're just tricky.
Well, that's kind too.
What's that, nice?
That's kind too.
Well, they pull the rug out from under me.
We'd also like to make a special announcement. Today is Govinda Leela Amrita's birthday, and she is honoring it by cooking a very special lunch with myself and Kalyan. Please come 1:15 and join us for a birthday feast offered to Radha Golokananda with love and devotion. Thank you.